Ladies and gentlemen, you may have missed us, and if so, you've missed the best 4 minutes of any MRC stream known to man. Or you're not hearing us at all, in which case, yes, they are! Andrew, they are live! We are live!
Oh, fantastic.
We are live!
You can call off the National Guard now.
Well, we can. I've just had the National Guard at the commentary box door saying, what is going on? Where is the Gavin stream? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for Tier 1. You missed the best 4 minutes of action on the internet you will ever see. And I promise, no matter what other internet pages you go to, they will never match the last 4 minutes.
I know, didn't we have like...
We had dancing girls, we had dancing girls, we had dancing boys, we had dancing puppies, we had dolphins. Anyway, we'll come back to that. We had more than 2 girls, Martin, I can tell you that right now. Anyway, what you missed was that some people are doing banker laps on the medium compound tyre. One of them is Chris Bailey, as we're seeing here. Mark in the Aston Martin is there as well. G-Star, Dover, Simba and J-Sarge also. But we will keep an eye on who is doing what.
That sounds like a plan to more.
It does. Let's just bring up the leader at the moment. So let's see who's on a quick lap. Seppi's on a quick lap. He's just gone purple. And then Alfa Romeo gets out of his way there. Laurentine quickest at the moment. I'm just going to call him Florentine. They are tasty. But anyway, here comes Seppi round the final corner. Corner 27,262. Coming across the line now, is he going to usurp Laurentine? No, he doesn't, but he does go into second place. Let's Eddie Dust, man in the Williams, your previous car.
Yes, from last season.
Yep. I do not like the T-car view on this Williams, because whilst they've done a really good job with the Duracell branding on the side of the car, on the halo it looks redonkulous.
I know what you mean with the top of the airbox.
Yeah. Good evening to Calvin, who is in Greece watching us, 2 hours ahead I assume, 10:56 there. Anton has arrived. He is racing, he's in the pits however. Let's see what Eddie can do. Does he improve himself? He's not going to improve himself at all. Is Bergen going quicker? No, he is not. Call Me the Brave isn't going quicker. No one is.
I think Ant's still probably getting the ear bashing from Toto.
Yeah, probably. Right, let's jump on board with G-Star. One of the Alpines has spun it into turn 27,262. But here comes G-Star. Let's do a lap of the Jeddah Corniche circuit all the way down to turn 1, 2 and 3. The tight complex. Run wide. It'll scupper you. Braking just after the 100 metres. Want to clip the inside there. Nicely done from G-Star. Gets it on. Maybe a little bit too greedy there, but powers on through on those medium compound tyres. Coming on the run down to turn number 4. You've got to run to the right and then flip to the left. And then this long turn 5 and into 6. Then the 7, 8 and 9 complex. It very much is like Kota as he now comes into turn 10 and 11 and 12. You can't call 11 and 12 corners because they are literally just dashes. Coming now down into turn 13, ride the carousel like you would in Holland. Now nicely done on those medium tyres at the moment. Yellow flag in sector 1. G-Star now coming all the way down to 15 and then into 16 and 17. Now get the tyre close but keep it wide. Don't ride that curb too much, otherwise it'll throw you. Coming now down into the first of the DRS zones. DRS activated now. Coming all the way down to turn number 22. And again, you got to sort of put the eye through the needle there. G-Star purple at the moment. Let's keep it going as he now comes through turn 25. And the sweeping 26 before coming down into 27. The pink lights to the right there of the bars. Nicely done. Let's see what he can do. Can he beat Florentine's 127.5 as he's coming across the line? He's not going to beat that. Is he going to be in the 28s? Yes, 128.9. Good lap on the mediums.
It is.
However, I just want to point out the madman Anton. He's put inters on. I mean, I get why you would do it in like tier 2 or that, but really? Anyway, right. Let's see what Johnny can do in the Ferrari. And you were saying actually in the earlier part of the stream, which was superb before nobody heard it, that you wouldn't have used the mediums for the banker laps because you would have kept them for the race.
Yeah, with how tight this place is, there's always going to be safety cars here.
Oh yes,
probably an unwritten rule, but
we
keep the race.
We only had a few in Tier 2. Didn't have that many.
I think Bert Mylander had to refuel the car, didn't he?
Yes, he did, but this thingy. We can certainly say that this is not a Mickey Mouse circuit. So it's certainly a challenging one. Let's see what Johnny can do, though. He did compromise his first run by running deep into turn 1, and you just get really close there. Seppi second, J Sarge is now third in the McLaren. So the Sergeant is still there. Let's see what Johnny can do. He's a 1 minute at the end of Sector 2. He's coming up to what looks like another Ferrari, which must be his teammate. Chris Bailey has just gone into fourth in the Merc.
A bit of a slipstream.
Yeah, that's a nice bit of working on the Ferraris there. Can Johnny, though? Can he put it to the top? Will we see a 126? That is the question.
It's a possibility.
I don't think it's going to be Johnny, though, to get it this time. But it's going to be a 27.478, half a tenth quicker than Florentine Rossi, who we're looking at now.
That beautiful Alpine.
Yes, let's see the end of Kid Dynamite. Let's see what Dean can do as he comes round the final corner, puts the power down. Is he going to be able to get into the top 3? I think he's going to be able to get into the top 2 here if he can. No, top 3. It's not bad from the Red Bull. Yep, exactly. Kev has invalidated. Dover is slow, 11.8 seconds, but I think he was doing a banker lap, to be perfectly honest. Simba's on an out lap. Kaiser Soze has just gone into 11th, and the Slayer has retired. He has indeed.
Front wheel off the Alpine.
Yeah. Not much fun there, I can tell you that.
It's one of their fast occasions after the carousel part.
Yep, there's Nick BT just coming into the pits. Chris Bailey has invalidated on his secondly fast lap. J Sarge coming in, Seppi there. What's Seppi doing? He's in Sector 2 at the moment. We'll come back to him. So
2 tenths up. I'll keep an eye on him if you like.
Yep, you keep an eye on him. I am keeping an eye on Simba in the Aston Martin. We're on board with him in the Aramco Aston Martin Cognizant Racing Point Jordan Mugen Honda Jordan Peugeot Midland Spiker F1 team. Sponsored.
Can I put all those on my overalls?
Well, yes, you can. This stream is brought to you by Lawrence Stroll, owner of Aston Martin.
The commentary team's Aston Martin, so.
Well, that is true. Florentine Rossi has just gone into provisional pole by a quarter of a second, so a good lap there from the Belgian little sweet treat. Let's see what Simba can do as he's coming through the second part into 6.2 DRS, wide open in the back of that Aston Martin. Now he's got a car in front of him. It's one of the Hasses. Nicely done. Seppi hits P3, you're right. Mark into P4. J Sargent Kid Down might fall down. Chris Bailey still 7th. Let's see, Simba's going to get a nice little slipstream from this Haas, but is it going to get in his way? That's the problem. And if it does, this will not be a happy man. He's going to get a nice pull and a nice. Let's see, he does. He's going to come across the line and do 16th at the moment. He may have a view that he was held up there. Oh, Saviour's invalidated. Bergen is quicker by 0.3 of a second.
Bergen in the mini Red Bull.
Is indeed. Soon to not be known as the Alpha Tauri.
Yes, they're rebranding again, aren't they?
They are indeed. They are indeed. I wonder what it'll be called this time. Any other brands in the Red Bull family that haven't been advertised yet? Toro Rosso, Red Bull, Toro Rosso, Alpha Tauri. Minardi, there we go. That's it. Imagine they did bring the Minardi brand back. That would be superb. Anyway, Bergen comes across the line and goes 10th. It would as well. Good lap.
Behind his teammate Nick BT.
Yep. LRL, Hamburger. He is currently in there. Have some trivia for today. So we shall see what is there.
Let's get out of the lap. I think he's letting the car through.
Yeah, he has indeed. Right, who else have we got? Who haven't we seen today? Saviour's into the pit. Simba we've seen. Kev is invalidated. Dover is on a fast lap, but he's got traffic in front. DRS Julian, good evening. Let's see what Dover does. Oh, and he runs really deep into the final corner. That will have cost him a lot of time, and he's got out of it completely. So, yeah. That didn't work for him, if I'm being honest. Here comes Anton. Let's see what Anton Dubek can do. I heard that he isn't rioting tonight, so he can race. Those who haven't caught up on the events in France, just Google France riots. He's saving himself. He's not in his yellow vest either. Nicely done as he comes into turn 27,261. Gets the power down on the exit. I think he could certainly go into the top 10 with this. Maybe even the top 15th. Ooh. That's not where I expect him to be. I don't expect G-Star to be 13th either, to be fair.
They're very quick guys.
They are indeed. They are indeed. We'll see what G-Star can do though, as he comes all the way down into the carousel. The gladiatorial splendour of that grandstand is what it's been quoted.
I'm keeping an eye on Jay Sarge, who's on another quick one.
Good. And G-Star has run wide into the chicane just before the back straight. Let's jump to Jay Sarge, as you were saying. Let's watch him. Nicely done so far. That McLaren looks like it is on rails.
Lando's hands, it looked like it was in Austria.
It was indeed. Jay Sarge 4 tenths up. Yeah, good lap from him.
Just can put him right in the range of the red.
It says Mark is retired. Oh, he's gone in the right hand. Oh, wow.
G-Star 5 grid place penalty.
Wow, I wonder if him and Mark caught something, because Mark lost it coming down the back straight. That was a strange place to lose it. Jay Sarge ran wide coming out of turn 27, and that's going to compromise him. But does he go any quicker? No, he doesn't.
Oh, he lost a lot of time.
He did. He did lose a lot of time. So G-Star's going to start at the back of the grid unless he can get a move on. Anton is coming in. Call me the Braves on an outlap. So Darrell's there. Kev's there. Dover. I mean, I'm sure he's got a better time than that. He's been unlucky. Dover, he's 12 seconds behind. He's done a 139. Yeah. Laurentine is on an outlap. Eugene is starting his fast lap. So let's see what he can do. We've kind of seen Eugene actually. I'm going to jump away from Eugene. I want to go and view someone who we've not really seen tonight. Kaiser Soze, we've not seen him. Here we go. Let's see what he can do at the end of Sector 1. Nicely done in the Haas here for Steve as he comes all the way down. Powers on through it. Ooh, 3 points. Ooh. Oh. We'll come back to Steve, because I don't think that was his qualifying lap, if I'm being honest.
I think that was a bit of a banker lap, don't you?
Yes, that is exactly what that was. Anton's... Sorry.
Nearly half a second up for you, Joni.
We will jump.
Sector 1.
We'll jump back to him. Let's just have a look at Darrell. Call me the Brave coming around the final. Oh no, he's 3 minutes odd. Love the timing screens. They tell us everything we want to know. Anton's blaming the riots for his poor qualifying. Kev has retired. On track. Yeah, that's not allowed. But anyway, let's see. I want a lap of Kaiser Soze. I really do. I'm hoping that he doesn't pit. But I think he is going to pit because he's not got a lot of ERS. No, he's going again. Let's see what he can do. Let's jump on board with the Haas. Welcome to every one of the 17 that is watching. Martin's right, 1 second faster the Tier 1 guys are on Tier 2 after just one round. Qualifying is over.
Jody's not quickest.
No, he's not.
Jody's not quicker.
1/10 of a second behind. Let's see what Steve can do. We're on board with the MoneyGram Haas, otherwise known as I'll call it the Strippergram. Let's see as he now comes across to the end of Sector 1, really riding the curbs there. And he's 1.5 tenths quicker at the moment.
Seppi. Oh, he's break the lap.
And he's retired, yeah.
Tired.
He's going to have to watch there. I think Steve burnt his ERS because he's not got a lot left. Do you look on that steering wheel, ladies and gentlemen? He doesn't have a lot left. Lauren Turris retired also. He's done for the day. He is. Pole position looks like it will be his, unless Steve can magic something out of this. He's a quarter of a second down. It's because he's got no ERS. Steve. Bergen comes across the line and just doesn't improve on his lap time. LRL's going to come across the line. He's about 0.2 of a second up. He could certainly jump into 9th or 10th. It's going to be 10th, I think. It's 8th! Oh, I was right the first time. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Other than Kaiser Soze, who is coming into the pits, there is your grid order. Florentine Rossi is in pole position in the Alpine, followed by Damien in the Ferrari. It's a Red Bull 3-4 on row 2. Dynamite bringing home Seppi. Chris Bailey leads home a British 5-6-7 with Mark in the Aston Martin 6th and Jay Sargent 7th in the McLaren. Joining him in the 4th row, LRL HSV fan 1750. He's an old codger, but he's getting there. 273 years old. Nick BT and Saviour round out row 5. Nick BT in the Alpha Tauri. Saviour in the Alfa Romeo. He invalidated one of his laps. Wasn't probably the best qualifying from him, we'll see. Eddie Dustin Bergen. Bergen showed his pace in Tier 2. Row 6 for them. Kaiser Soze and Simba, row 7. I think both of them likely will do better in the race. I think Kaiser was let down a bit, shall we say, by the lack of ERS, and Mr. Simba himself, I think, potentially got some traffic. G-Star in 15th, he got that 5th-place penalty with Anton fresh from his high-vis rioting on the streets of the local vicinity. Call Me the Brave, 17th, and the Slayer 18th. Don't expect to see the Slayer down there, so he's certainly going to be there. Kev, 19th, had his own challenges, and Dover, Tier 4? Not saying anything. Not saying anything. Let's just have a look to see what happened. Let's just have a look at Dover. Did he invalidate? He only got a couple of clean laps in, and so not good for him, but yeah, we will get there. Right, Andrew, I'm going to put you on the fence. Don't get splinters. Who is your dark horse for the win? This is difficult. This is difficult.
With how well they worked together last week, I may have to go for one of the Red Bulls.
Are you going for a Red Bull one too?
I might go for a win for Seppi, SW.
Ooh, okay. So you are going for a win for the second of the Red Bulls.
They worked together pretty well last week in Bahrain. Yeah,
they did do. Shiran is right. T1 Quali is on fire. This grid is on fire. Here, and this is quite difficult actually, because it's thinking who is going to be that dark horse. Do you know what? I think the key to this race is going to be staying out of trouble. So,
can't deny.
On that basis, I am going to go. So Smoggy Ghost goes for Hodgie in 6th. I am going to go Bergen in 12th. Now that's a bold call, but it is so easy, especially out front, if you do get caught up in the melee, to really hamper your race. Whereas I think he's got a bit of experience now from Tier 2. I think he could be there. So yeah, we'll go with that.
That is a very good shout. And I noticed with the Tier 2 race, especially with yourself and Alex, you went early on onto the hard tyres, and you guys went straight back to the field quite nicely.
Well, it was kind of forced, shall I say, because it was medium tyres I was running, and then there was a slight issue, shall we say, a slight incident, which made me have to pit, and then suddenly it put me on softs, even though I wanted to go on hards. And then there was another safety car, so I put the hards on, and then another safety car, so I put the softs. But yeah, at this stage, Ryan's going for you, Joni, for the win. Mr. Barber, that's not imaginative.
There's a couple. I'm just looking at the tyres quickly. There's even split in the first 4 for the mediums and the hards.
Yep.
But
row 4.
It's J Sargent LRL. You've got your eyes on them, haven't you?
Yes. Yes. 100%. I think Seppi and Eugene, I think, are going to potentially get a bit swallowed up. I think row 3, Bailey and Mark, they are going to want to get past those hard runners, because I can just see Florentino Rossi driving away, Dino drive away. Sargent LRL is the interesting one, right? Because you could stick a set of hards on. Now, don't get me wrong, Loppy in Tier 2 stuck a set of hards on at the end of lap 1. And he did go to the end, but he dropped towards the end because of safety cars, etc. Do you know what? I can't even call it. I'm still going to go with Bergen, but I can't call who's going to get there. But we're nearing there. It's the joys of the camera angle that is there. We can't really see much, but we will see the lights. Here we go, folks. There's your race strategies. Medium to hards, medium hards. There's some softs in there as well, and we've got the light sequences there. And in Saudi Arabia, we are underway, and it's a great start from Florentino Rossi there, and already Kid Dynamite's got there. The hard runner slightly running there, but Florentino Rossi in there. There's an Aston Martin going up the inside. Everybody looks to have gotten through into turn 1. Nobody seems to have spun so far. LRL in 8, J Sargent 7. The soft tyre runners have not got that advantage, but nobody's really moved up. But Florentino ahead, Kid Dynamite second.
Yeah, the Alpine's just gone.
Yep. He needed to, though, because and it's the same way that Kid Dynamite needed to be out the front as well, because he couldn't afford to get stuck behind the hard runners. We've got J-Sarge trying to go around the outside of Mark and the Aston Martin on those soft compound tyres. There you go, soft to medium, possible race strategies powered by AWS. Still going side by side. That's right, this in Tier 2. But there we go. He does get through. I don't think Mark would have fought that one too much, but he's got...
Yeah, looks like Simber at the back.
Oh, it's not good. But he's got an absolutely hunting Williams behind him. But he is pulling a little bit away. And again, this is going to be the compromise of who's went for a quicker setup in terms of straight line, but will struggle.
It is a knife edge.
Oh, we got one of the Red Bulls making a move. Seppi was trying to look up the inside of Eugene there, didn't quite work. Hasn't paid off for him. Florentino Rossi, 132.5. But look at this, Seppi is up the inside of Eugene coming into turn 1. Ooh, that was a little cheeky move, potentially. Yeah, well, it was fair. It's just he maybe went back onto the racing line a little bit earlier than I would have thought. Chris Bailey has got J Sarge all over the back of him.
Trying to take any dust.
Yep.
Skim down there.
Yep. Kazusoze in 12th place, Bergen in 13th. So my dark horse has lost a place. Come on, Kyle, get back to it. Nick BT has run slightly wide there. Eddie Dust is past LRL. LRL on those softs, remember? Wow.
It's an interesting one, especially because you'd assume that LRL would have been gone up the road.
It would have been. Oh, and Bergen just tapped the back of Kaiser Soze. I think there was a little bit of braking there earlier than he would have liked. And Anton in the French Riot car, taking his hint from the Germans, has got past him. G-Star is
calling over Bergen as well.
Yeah. It's not been the greatest corner. I think a little tap. I wonder whether there was any damage to that Alpha Tauri front wing. Kev and Call Me the Brave there. Sorry, go ahead.
Seppi and SW, they're all over the back of each other.
They are indeed. I mean, it's Florentino Rossi goes quicker again. Kid Dynamite goes quickest there again. Le Bleu Solvirel Rapide Ce Soir says, look at the Merc up the inside. Chris Bailey. Oh, he's got a bit of overspeed. Oh, and you Johnny, nearly pushing Seppi around there, coming through turns 1, 2 and 3, but everyone survives. You Johnny in 4th, Chris Bailey 5th, Sarge, ooh, I thought the Aston Martin Mark was going to go up the inside there.
Yeah, there seems like there's a party gathering there.
There is a party, and guess who's rapidly joining it? Saviour. He was one of my other thoughts of Dark Horse from 10th on the grid. Oh, well, Williams has went really wide there. Not sure which one it was. I think it was Eddie Dust, but Nick BT now up into 10th. Right.
Past Eddie Dust.
Yes, indeed. Let's have a look at the intervals. We're going to try and limit some of the data that we see just to focus on the racing. But Eugene, remember, DRS now becomes active. So let's jump on board with Seppi. Look to the rear. And the rear wing opens on that Ferrari. Let's see how quick he is. Is Eugene going to make a move? No. So we've seen this in Tier 2 quite a bit as well. People not wanting to make the overtake in that part of Sector 2 and would much prefer to get the DRS down this long straight and potentially be impacted. Oh, that was a squeeze! Oh, Bailey's trying to look up the inside as well, but Seppi, he's lost it! Oh, he's lost his front wing! So we got a virtual safety car. What happened to Seppi is he was coming out of the final corner, he got a bit of a tap. Eugene got a bit of a tap as well, and Seppi hit the back of the Ferrari and that just turned him around. Absolutely not his fault. Bergen into the pits as well. So they're taking the opportunity under this VSC to potentially move to that hard compound tyre, but wow.
It's going to be medium to Seppi.
Yeah, it will be. So remember, they're all driving to a Delta. That virtual safety car, I thought was nearly over there for a minute, but... He's crashed! He's crashed! So 3rd and 4th!
I wonder if he's got rear wing damage.
Wow!
I wonder if he's got rear wing damage, because I got rear wing damage in the Tier 2 race and I went the exact same place.
Maybe. It would be very unlucky. I mean, that incident between Eugene and Seppi, it was just absolutely unfortunate. Full safety car. There is bits of debris on the track. Wow. So this is going to bring. So let's just take a step back, right? So J Sarge pits, has to pit, right? LRL should pit. The medium runners could pit now and stick the set of hards on. 20 laps. That's achievable.
Yes, I would say so. I'll have a quick look and see who's really diving in.
Yep, look at that pink lighting. Oh, I love Jeddah in the dark. Love some of these camera angles. Le pink. Right, let's see. Florentino Rossi's not. Out. Kids staying out. Chris Bailey's staying out. J Sarge pits. Knew that would happen.
Which is not surprised.
Hodgie out.
No.
Saviour out. LRL in. Knew that would happen. Nick BT, Kaiser Soze. Let's have a look at Steve.
And Tom.
Yep. So all the soft runners are pitting, and that is natural, and that makes complete sense to me.
Journey's in as well, obviously because of the damage.
Yep. And that makes complete sense.
He's off his front wing again.
Oh. So again, though,
You can kill me later, I think.
Well, to be fair, we probably put the curse on him. Well, you did say it was for the win.
Yeah.
I didn't, so I'm blaming you. There you go. Now, let's just have a think about this for a second. So, great start to the race, great opening 4 laps. This works for a number of drivers. So Simba this works for. He's going to come out in front of Seppi, but he's on the soft, so he's going to have to pit again. The lightning really sets the mood for the mass execution of political dissenters. Apparently so. Saudi Arabian government, Saudi intelligence, Martin Hills. You'll find him on a bike. If he ever comes to Saudi Arabia, we'll let you know. But yes, great start to the race. Saviour up to 5th, so he's up 5 places. Let's just have a look at the position changes. G-Star's up 11. Well, he did start last, so he couldn't go further back. Kev is up 7. Biggest losers, Ujoni and Sweppy, which, unfortunate. But I'll tell you what, Bailey and Hodgson are just keeping it nicely done through there. Saviour's kept it clean, so has Nick BT, Kaiser Soze has as well, Eddie Dust. So everyone has kept it clean. I don't think there's not been an incident as such that I would say is questionable. I think the Ujoni Seppi affair was unlucky more than anything. I wouldn't say anyone was at fault. So yeah, just unfortunate. So let's keep an eye out. So likelihood is safety car will come in this lap. I'm going to actually, whilst you love your trivia, so I'm going to ask you a trivia question.
Go ahead.
Right. How many teams have scored 10 wins in a row? So that's 10 consecutive race victories, and it can span seasons.
Mercedes.
Correct.
Ferrari.
Correct.
Williams.
Nope.
That was a surprise one. I was expecting them to midnight from the 90s.
Yep.
Definitely. McLaren.
Correct.
That's just from 88 alone.
Yep. And
there's one more.
There is indeed. Oh.
We've gone on to a different spectator mode.
We have, yeah. I'm not quite sure why we've gone on to this lovely spectator mode.
I'm not complaining.
No. It's different.
Who else could be the... Do you say there's one more team?
Yes, Red Bull, currently.
Of course, yes. How could I forget Red Bull?
I'm not often speechless in my life. I am right now. I can't control what we're looking at. Eddie Duster's retired. What?
It's not set to immersive. Yeah, it's safety cars in broadcast mode.
Oh well. Ladies and gentlemen, I am broadcasting to you today. Anyway, safety cars in this lap. Ah, right, we're back in control now. Florentino Rossi. Eddie Dust has joined, but his car's out. Let's see what he does. When does Laurentine go? 5-second penalty for LRL. Here we go. As we come across the line, everyone's going to go. Sure. And Laurentine goes now. He hasn't caught, I will say, he hasn't caught anyone napping. Craig Dynamite second. Chris Bailey third. One of the Alpha Tauris is looking to make a move already.
Chris is looking at the Red Bull.
Chris is looking at the Red Bull, and one of the extra bars and the Alfa Romeo touches. That's Xavier and Mark coming together into turn 1 and through turn 2. It was lucky that both of them didn't go up there. He does let him back through, though. Yeah, nice sportsmanship there. One of the Ferraris, though, is there as well. Kaiser Soze is looking all over Nick BT in the Alpha Tauri. He was slightly out of kilter. Oh, he's rammed him. Oh, he's gone up his chip. Look at this. Oh, bumping. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're seeing this, then we've just had some mounting of an F1 car. Wow.
What age rating is this stream again?
This is like one of these nature documentaries.
And here we see the And here we see the random F1 car.
Well, it was. I mean, we were on board with Guys Associate, and all of a sudden you had Nick BT on top of him. It was reminiscent of Monza 2021 when a Red Bull. Eddie Dust leaves the session, we know he's retired. But he did come back in, yellow flag, waving, but okay, here, still staying on board with Guys Associate. That must have just been a bit of desynchronisation. Because, yeah, Nick BT was reorientated and mounted. Oh.
And here we see the Haas car trying to mount the AlphaTauri.
Yep, exactly. Alex is saying red flag is a desync. Nope, I think it's just a little bit unfortunate.
Laurentius pitted.
Yeah, has indeed. So
wing damage.
Oh, so we missed that. We will come back to that in a second.
Just saw Hodgie up in P3 and he's challenging the Red Bull now.
Yes,
good gap he's got, Nick BT.
Yep, Kaiser Soze is up into 6th place. He's trying to challenge. I'll tell you what, there's more battles going on here. Yeah, Saviour up into 5th.
Yeah, he's looking a bit slippy out of that turn. Oh, contact!
Oh, there is. There's contact. Kaiser Soze, G-Star impacted here. G-Star's having to reverse that Ferrari. Oh, and Saviour gets 3 seconds for track warnings. I wonder if Saviour's got some front wing damage. Because he is struggling.
Let me have a look. I'll have a quick check of the car.
Yeah, we're on board with him. But he's really understeering.
Yeah, the front wing looks fine.
Nick BT up into 4th. I wonder if he's maybe got some floor damage as well. I wonder how that all came about. No doubt we will see. But here we go. Seppi back up into 8th. Eugene in 9th. Anton is in 10th. He's got a McLaren of Dover who's got Bergen behind him, who's my dark horse for the victory. Come on, Bergen. Keep going. Keep going. As we now come down into the end of Sector 2, Bergen nicely done, maybe taps and rides that curve nicely, but he's got a bit of a better run out of there than Dover. He's going to watch, there is the McLaren. Nicely done. Bergen's got past him without the use of DRS. DRS not active again until the second lap after the safety car. Dover goes up the inside. DRS now enabled though, so let's stay on board with this. And we'll jump back.
Yeah. Turn 1. Looking at the Alfa Romeo.
Yep. Bergen's going to make a move up the inside of the McLaren. Dover, and Dover breaks a little bit later there, but manages to turn it in nicely. Bergen rode the curve a little bit there, but remains in 12th. Eugene and Seppi there. J Sarge is hunting down LRL and Saviour. Let's have a look at the intervals, because look at that, 2 seconds and Saviour's running wide. Saviour's definitely got some form of problem. Oh, one of the Aston Martins has gone round! Oh no!
It's Mark!
The man who was running 3rd, I wonder if there was a little bit of contact. But BSE, his tyres will be a little bit snookered, and this will allow the opportunities.
He's got the front wing.
Oh, he's hit, but he did hit the barrier.
Oh, he's going to be raging.
He will indeed. So all of a sudden, the dynamic changes again.
It does.
It really is. So, Chris Bailey leads, Kid Dynamite is 2nd, Nick BT up into 3rd place, LRL is 4th, J Sarge 5th, Seppi in 6th. After everything that Seppi and Eugene went through in the opening laps, they're up into 6th and 8th. Saviour must have some form of damage to that Alfa Romeo. Mark is in 9th, he's going to be pitting, surely that will be the hard compound tyre. No sign.
No, he's staying out.
Yep.
That's Dynamite.
As is Nick BT.
But I'm just checking the stops as well. The amazing thing with Seppi, he's 6th after 3 pit stops in 10 laps.
Do you know what? It can happen in this circuit though. That is the thing. You're right. There is your stops. And there's your penalties. 5 seconds for LRL, 3 seconds for Saviour at the moment. Mark is in the pits and they asked him, Marty was doing so well. He was running 3rd. DRS now enabled. VSC is over. Nobody got a drive through. Chris Bailey has a 9/10 of a second lead. So we'll keep an eye on that, but we're going to jump back. Have a look at some of the action. Let's jump on board with the Red Bull of Seppi, who's chasing down J Sarge at the moment.
And there's a car I don't think Sarge would have been expected to see after what happened.
Yep.
Earlier on Seppi, but he's come back through the field pretty well. He
has been really good. I think Again, though, as always, Eugene is there as well. Saviour in 8th, Anton 9th, Dover in 10th, Bergen now up to 11th, Simba back onto the pack. Look at the two Alpines, 16th and 17th. Pole sitter. Yeah.
It's all gone, unfortunately, downhill for them.
It has indeed. J Sarge is looking not downhill, he is looking to take 4th place from LRL. Is he going to make a move into the final turn 27? He's going to brake late. There is LRL on the outside. Oh, a little bit of a squeeze there. He's going to get DRS. No, he doesn't.
The one who's got the DRS
LRL
is the
did look. Seppi, absolutely. What a move! Wow.
Stunning driving.
3 into... Wow. That is incredible. Seppi back up to 4th. Wow. Right, Laurenteur, 131.4, fastest lap of the race. J Sarge has got Eugene all over the back of him. Remember, hard compound tyres. Let's just jump on and look at that. Only people who run the softs are Simba and Mark H at the moment. The rest are between the mediums and the hards, with Seppi on 6 lap old mediums. Wow. Oh, one of the McLarens! J Sarge has lost it! J Sarge has lost it! Coming out of the...
Front wing damage as
yeah,
well.
he has. Coming out of the carousel. And that has given an own goal for J Sarge there. They just got a little bit too much power out of the carousel. Front wing damage, you quite rightly said, Andrew.
Yes, I'm just keeping an eye on the front 3 a minute actually, because they haven't all pitted.
Yep, LR and Nick is going to be susceptible to Seppi. G-Star's retired as well, and it's a full safety car. And
That saved Chris and Key Dynamite.
Nick BT just got overtaken by Seppi there, just as the safety car came out. He would have been raging. Kid Dynamite is in the lead.
Yes, you think you just passed Chris full safety car, and they're both pitting now.
And they are both pitting. They will go on to the hard compound tyre, surely. We will jump on. Let's have a look at the tyres. Everyone in the top 7 is pitting. So it's soft for Chris Bailey. Wow. Kid Dynamite goes on to the hards. Bergen leads. My dark horse is in the lead. That's what I like to see.
As well.
He has. Now, Chris Bailey is going for an interesting strategy of softs.
Yeah, he's going to be aggressive. He's going to need the safety car out a little bit longer to make them go to the end.
But he's also going to need to be aggressive at the start, because if he doesn't get past Kid Dynamite and Bergen within 2 laps, my view is those tyres will go off quickly. Now, this is on the basis that we believe him to have wanted softs. However, in Tier 2, the Ferrari strategists, well known for their superb thinking, I wanted to go into the hards and they put me on the softs.
That was weird.
Yeah.
In the game.
Very much so. Kaiser Soze's up to 4th. He has not pitted yet. He's the only one who hasn't. So Steve is deciding to go long.
He needs a safety car.
Well,
he needs another safety car.
He needs another safety car, yes, exactly. I mean, he could pit now, put the mediums on. It would fall him to the back of the grid.
You're going to be stuck in the traffic.
Yeah, you've got to... He's chancing for another one, let's put it that way.
Yeah, and if he gets one within a lap or 2, he is going to be laughing to the bank.
He will be laughing to the bank. I can agree with you on that one. He certainly will be. We will keep an eye on that as we go. So let's just keep a wee eye out on that. So again, let's come back to views on Chris Bailey going on the softs.
Risky.
Yeah. I still don't quite know what to make of it, to be honest. Not sure. It's an interesting one, and I think this is where some of the challenge comes from. Is it is an interesting concept, and people will try it, and that's fine. But you just wonder whether doing that is going to give him the win. Oh, there we go. Softs can do 16 laps, says Ryan. They can, but
Chris has got an advantage. He's got one more thing as an advantage as well. The car is going to be lighter now.
Well, you're right, it will be, but you're still talking about doing 10 laps on a 50% race. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm wrong. But it's going to be interesting. Bergen could win this. Kid Dynamite could win this. Chris Bailey could win this.
There's a fair few.
Yep, exactly. Safety car in this lap. It is a relatively normal call. Oh, wonder what happened there. Right, let's jump on board with Chris Bailey. Let's see what he can do. Remember, he's going to have the better tyre, certainly for the next kind of few laps. When does Bergen go? Bergen goes now. Bailey has gone now. So is Kid Dynamite. They've caught Kaiser napping. Bailey's going to look for a move up the inside. No, he doesn't. He kind of backed out of it. Kid Dynamite's already going for a move around the outside of Bergen and fresher tyres. Bailey's going to try and get past both of them. Oh, he's going to try. Oh, he had to let him go there, and I think that just got Bergen unaware slightly. But look at this. Bergen's now susceptible to Florentino Rossi. Oh! You see what I see? Yeah!
Yeah, I think we need to age trick the stream after that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, the AlphaTauri could have at least bought the Alpine dinner first.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Xavier spun Kaiser Soze coming out of the carousel. Oh, yeah. There's a few strange things going on.
Damage.
Yep, he is. He will not be happy. He's got to pit anyway. Xavier seems to have some damage already. He's let Kaiser pass. Good on him, but yeah, it doesn't quite help. Battle's going on aplenty. Kev gets a 3-second penalty.
Chris is into the lead.
He is indeed into the lead. He is. So let's see what's happening now. So Dover, the Slayer and Mark are having a bit of a battle. Let's see, does Mark go up the inside? It's almost 3 abreast. One of the McLarens had a little move on the outside, and Mark's going to get the other McLaren, surely. Surely he's got him. He's fighting him. Mediums against medium compound tyres. Who's going to? Oh, I love that bumping there.
Contact.
Oh, there is. Mark just runs us a little bit wide, just allowed over the opportunity. There's going to be a bit of contact with wheels there. Oh, this will not be a happy man in the Aston Martin right now.
No, I can hear the rage a little bit.
He is indeed. And oh, what happened to the Slayer? Because he's been overtaken. He was there a minute ago. Well, let's come back to the matter at hand. Bergen in 9th. Remember, he's not pitted yet, and he's still got that front wing damage, but he's playing for that safety car.
Yeah, and I'm just having a quick look at a bit up ahead of him.
Eugeni and Seppi stuck together.
And Seppi, the old friends reunite again.
They have indeed. I don't think, to be fair, they've actually been away from each other all race. They've always been there. Chris Bailey has built a decent lead in that Mercedes, but he's got to, because the tyres will go quicker than the Kid Dynamite Red Bull on the hards.
Sounds like Eugeni and Seppi. It sounds like Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, doesn't it? Pretty much.
It does, yeah. Florentino Rossi back up to 3rd, and remember he was 16th at one point as well. Bergen's in the pits. It's not a surprise. Nick BT's teammates. Oh! One of the Williams LRL just went straight on at turn 1. And, well, I've not seen that. Wow.
He got stuck behind the tyre barrier.
I've not seen a car go that deep into turn 1 before.
No.
Well, that's a strange one. Anyway, Florentino Rossi is only 6 tenths behind Kid Dynamite. Kid Dynamite crucially outside of DRS of Chris Bailey. But will Bailey come back to him as the race progresses? Answer is yes. Yellow flag in sector 1, and that is Kev. Gone round. Bergen on the softs. He's going to the end. Kaiser Soze on the softs. He will go to the end. Chris Bailey 1.1 now. Let's have a look. Let's jump on board with Kid Dynamite. We've got yellow in sector 2, and it is Kev has gone round. Kid Dynamite though, 9 tenths of a second. Has he got DRS? He does. And this is Chris Bailey's worst nightmare, because he's now susceptible to that Red Bull. Nick BT 4th, trying to keep Seppi. Oh, Florentino just had a moment coming out of the final corner, and that's given him a little bit of a wake-up call. Let's just look back from the rear end. Nick BT and Seppi. It's 3 abreast again, coming down into turn 1.
Seppi's done it again.
Oh, he has as well. Oh, Nick BT's going to get him in. Johnny's going to try and go for it as well. Wow. Superb.
These tier 1 boys, have they been having the brave pills this morning?
Oh, they've been having more than that.
Seppi's had his Weetabix, I think.
Yeah, Seppi's raging bull. He wants back to where he was at the start of the race, and so does Johnny. Right.
Catch his teammate at this rate.
Yeah, he will. Kid Dynamite still within a second, just over that second crucially now. Let's just keep an eye on it. Let's have a look at Chris Bailey. Chris Bailey's ERS, maybe about the same actually looking at it. Chris has to watch. Has Kid Dynamite got DRS? No, he doesn't this time, crucially, but he's back within. He does seem to have better straight line speed than the Mercedes, which makes me think he's just waiting for Chris to use his tyres. J Sarge has passed Laurenter.
Joni and Nick BT having a go at each other. And Joni's trying, he's going on the outside.
There's the Ferrari.
Prix has passed him.
He has.
But I think Nick's going to get the DRS in the next straight.
He will indeed. Let's stay on board with the Alpha Tauri, but he's got a McLaren of J Sarge angry behind him. Johnny's got a bit of run out of the corner. And J Sarge has got a powerful McLaren engine. Wow. He's passed him. And is he gonna look at Johnny up the inside? No, he doesn't. Nick BT just backs out of that one as well. Kid Dynamite now within 6 tenths of a second. This was it a Red Bull 1-2 at the Tier 1, I think, in Bahrain? I think it was.
I think it was, and I think there's a good chance of it happening again. There is
a very good chance of it happening again. Because at the moment, Kid Dynamite is only half a second behind Chris Bailey, and Seppi is 1.8 further back, but he is gaining. Joni is also gaining in there, and J Sarge is coming along with the ride as well. Yellow flag in sector 2, that's one of the Hassies. I think it's Kev.
It's Kev.
It is indeed. Let's hope that doesn't distract the boys out in front. We're on board with Chris Bailey now. Let's see, 4 tenths Kid Dynamite. Let's just jump back to Kid Dynamite, because guess what? He's a coming.
This might be an explosive end to the race.
Yeah, there's 5 laps to go. I wonder. And Chris Bailey runs deep into the chicane there. Kid Dynamite's now going to just line him up. I wonder if those soft tyres. G-Star's left the session. Is he retired? His car's gone by the looks of things. Kev's been disqualified.
The wrong way.
Kid Dynamite is waiting. Kev's been... Yeah, anyway. Let's see what Kid Dynamite does. The Chris should still have some better traction coming out of that final corner. Kid Dynamite's just getting out of the rear of that Mercedes. You wonder if he's playing the game though, right? Which is wait till lap 24, 25, pass him and then go. But the top 5 are covered by 1.6 seconds. Madness. Oh! Seppi's lost a place to Johnny. Seppi ran wide in the Red Bull and is now...
He's got Sarge all over him.
He does. So we were saying it was 1.6 covering the top 5. It's now 2.3 covering the top 5. Johnny and Seppi's gone wide. Wow.
Sarge will have a look at this.
Yep, Johnny is there. Sarge going up the inside into the carousel. He'll keep it. Seppi's tyres will be a little bit ruined there. Nick BT just keeping in there as well. Anton down in 8th. 8.9 behind the leader. But let's jump back to Kid Dynamite, because he's in that Red Bull. He's got a Ferrari behind him, and this is what Kid didn't need. Kid needed his teammate behind him. But now he's going to have a think about actually how he attacks Chris Bailey, because Eugene will not waste an opportunity. We've seen it.
No, he won't.
We've seen it. Kev has left the session. Chris Bailey is covering the inside line there. Is Kid good? Kid's gone for the move. Kid has gone for it. He's decided that now is the moment for his pass. And there he goes. And Chris Bailey will get the DRS. But Eugene also has DRS. So is this now going to leave Chris Bailey in a vulnerable position? Because if he does not stay within that DRS range of Kid Dynamite out in front, Chris has got a problem.
Eugene's going to eat him alive.
He is. And we're just on board with the Ferrari because we want to see how Chris Bailey's car looks, because again, tyre wear, all that lovely good stuff. Not quite sure how it's going to run. Kid Dynamite on those hards, we know those hards will just be happy as Larry.
MRC,
and
second wheel to wheel.
Yeah. Oh, has he let him through? He has let him through. I think there was maybe potentially a little bit of jiggery pokery there. Right. Let's look from the rear of Kid Dynamite's Red Bull, because he's built up a 6-7 tenths of a second gap. Now let's jump back to Eugene, because Eugene, fresh from, well, being at the back of the grid, let's see. Bergen gets fastest lap of the race. Eugene into that chicane, coming now down onto the back straight. Chris Bailey is just ahead of him. I think Eugene could have him here, potentially. Bailey's flashing in the Mercedes, but he does seem to have a bit better speed.
He's trying to keep the Dynamite.
He is, but he's going to have to watch, because he will burn. Oh, Eugene had a little bit of a moment there, jumping on board with Chris right now. He's not using ERS, but he's gaining on Kidden, but he's not close enough to make a move. So what Chris has to do is he has to stay Florentino Rossi and Nick DT. Florentino Rossi up into 5th place. Seppi has also passed, but they're all balancing. The three of them are there. Nick DT gets 3 seconds for a corner cut. Yeah. Anyway.
Contact a little bit.
Yep. Nick BT's retired! We've seen it just on stream. There he is, he's lost it. It's not going to be a safety car, but that is going to allow the 2 Aston Martins to get points. And look at the front! Half a second covers the top 3. Wow. It's an incredible racing. Kid Dynamite has to just put his foot down now. But he's susceptible to DRS. Let's jump on board with Bailey. Bailey's gaining. But he's not going to make a move into the chicane, but he needs to stay with Dynamite. That gap just increasing to about 4 tenths of a second, 4.5 tenths, 5 tenths of a second. Eugene's closer to Chris Bailey than Chris Bailey is to Kid Dynamite, but look how close Chris is getting. Is he going to send up the inside into 27? No, he's not. It all Cam on the Middle Eastern front. But he's looking now, because he's going to DRS now. Dynamite's going to make him move. Dynamite's going to make him move up into the inside. And Chris Bailey takes the lead into turn 1 on lap 24 out of 25. Has he done that a little bit too quickly though, Andrew?
Possibly. He's going to be susceptible to the DRS on the back straight.
He has indeed. Let's keep an eye on it. 5 tenths of a second continue to separate the top 3. J Sarge a further 2 seconds back, then Florentino Rossi, then Seppi, then Anton in 7th, Dover in 8th, the 2 Aston Martins 9th and 10th. So despite some trials and tribulations from those 2, they are doing well. Kid Dynamite is absolutely being hounded by Eugene. Kid Dynamite doesn't need to battle Eugene, he needs to stay in touch with the Mercedes. But Eugene doesn't care. Wow. Right.
I think Chris has got a gap. Chris has got over half a second too.
He does, but DRS now comes up, and already Kid is gaining without that DRS, and now he opens the rear wing of that Red Bull. He's gaining by almost 1/10 of a second every so often. Now coming into the chicane, Kid Dynamite, maybe runs a little bit wide. Eugene's there as well. Remember, it's soft versus hards versus mediums in Tier 1. Dynamite is gaining. Oh, I don't know if I can cope with this, to be honest.
I don't think he's going to try and get him into turn 1. I think the Ferrari's going to have a go at him.
Yes, as well. Max, glad you're enjoying. Here we go, coming on to the final lap. Do you know what? We are going to clear the timing and we are going to see exactly what happens. So Kid Dynamite looks to just defend. If Chris Bailey could win this, he would absolutely love life. He stepped up, he missed out on the MRCX Elite Crown by a fraction of a second. Let's see what he can do here. Is Kid Dynamite going to be able to take another victory? Mark has passed Dover. 2 Aston Martins in 8th and 9th.
Great result for them.
Yep. Kid Dynamite is just falling back. Look at you, Joni again. You, Joni, trying to look on the outside, and all of this is allowing Chris Bailey just to get away. Kid Dynamite. Dean doesn't need this. Dean needs to push forward. He doesn't need a Joni Ferrari.
Yeah, this is helping Chris immensely.
It is, but we know for a fact that Dean is Chris. Chris isn't dumping his ERS. Neither is Kid Dynamite. Joni has a slightly quicker car in the Ferrari than the Red Bull. Let's see. Womax says the commentary is obviously wonderful, naturally. But look at this, Chris Bailey's already dumping his ERS. Kid Dynamite's coming. The ERS. Is this going to be an overtake into the final corner? Kid Dynamite's going to go round the outside, surely. Bailey's going to try to hang out here. Oh, he's going to squeeze him slightly. He's going to get DRS. Johnny's there as well. It's going to be 3 wide. And Johnny takes the one for Kid Dynamite. And Chris Bailey in third. Oh my God!
Look at the gap!
Wow!
Look at the gap between the 3 of them.
1/10 of a second!
Less than that covers the front 3. That's insanity. Take a bow, all 3 of you.
There was no contact through that last few corners, and you could see the build-up. Wow!
Joni timed that to perfection.
He did. And that just shows you that DRS on this final part of the track here at Saudi, ever so critical. Chris Bailey, take a bow, son. You were there. You nearly had it. Joni came. Remember, Joni was at the back at one point because he spun and Seppi had slightly tapped the back of him. J-Sars comes home 4th. Lawrencer comes home 5th. Seppi 6th. He could have got more, but I'm sure he'll prefer it than no points. Anton in 7th. The 2 Astons 8th and 9th. Dover in 10th. Call me the brave. 11th. LRL 12th. Saviour in 13th had all sorts of dramas. Steve in 14th again had similar dramas. The Slayer never really recovered from what was a poor qualifying. And Beagle? Bergen. Sorry, Bergen, I'm just called you Beagle, mate. Bergen, who was my dark horse, did set past the slap though, so I will take that. Game gives driver of the day to Joni, and
I can't argue.
I don't know. I can't even give a driver of the day because you know what? There's 3 driver of the days and they're all standing on the podium. I cannot split my vote.
This is a very rare thing for you, Gav. No offence, but this is a very rare thing with you speechless.
Yeah, I mean, just over that final corner, and we knew that Kid was slightly further back than he would have liked to. We knew that Bailey was on the inside. They both kind of came around that last corner. And then all of a sudden, you just seen this Ferrari on the left-hand side. Now, pending stewards' inquiries and all that lovely good stuff. There you have it. Joni takes the victory at the moment for Ferrari. Just proves to you that Ferrari strategists don't always get it wrong, unlike in Tier 2. Kid Dynamite comes home in 2nd. He will be unlucky, but he came from 3rd on the grid. Chris Bailey 5th up to 3rd. J-Sar 7th up to 4th. Florentino Lossi will be disappointed 1st, all the way down to 5th. Seppi will be the same. Anton 15th to 7th. Good drive from him. The 2 Aston Martins recovered well from various emergencies during the race. Dover rounds out the top 10. Call Me the Brave in 11th. LRL in 12th. Saviour in 13th. He will know he deserves better. Kaiser Soze can certainly get better. As we were saying, you've got the Slayer. And then you've got my pick for the win, who got the fastest lap. So I'm going to take that as a positive. Bergen. Nick BT, not classified. Kev, not classified. G-Star. And Eddie Dust. Well, from dawn to dust, from ashes to soil. No idea what's going on now. But do you know what? If you ever wanted an advert for the closest online league race, there you have it. We thought that 0.011 seconds at the end of MRCX Elite was close. That just smashes it out the park. Well,
cannot argue.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday night brings you Tier 3 and Tier 4. Tier 3, 7 o'clock. Tier 4, 20:45. And then MRCX returns on Friday, where we move on to Australia. Remember, your week, and indeed your weekend, starts with a Friday dose of Triple X MRC action. So do join the team for that. But from Andrew and myself, there's not much to say. It was a boring race, really. Not much happened until the final corner. I won't to spoil the surprise. Go and watch it. Andrew, thank you.
It's worth a watch.
It is. Thank you as always. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you again for more Tier 1 action very shortly. Take care.